Yo, what's up, guy? I'm back. Exam done. Whatever the hell I have, all done. And now I am back, refreshed and ready to make video. So maybe like a month you will get consistent video. But anyway, let's go on to the video as we have. What if I was in MHA? I hope you all enjoy. Don't forget to give me a like, share, subscribe. And you heard some background noise, those are some of my classmates, annoying, but still, hope you enjoyed the video, and let's go. And there's gonna be something different with the intro a bit. Okay, first off, we start our story at Rome, where a young kid is just walking around on his vacation day until he found a strange axe that was glowing on a green light for some reason. He touched it and an aura consumed him and he fell. The next day, he woke up next to his mom who asked, Zian, what happened? Yes, that is the kid's name. Zian would tell his mom that he found a strange act and touched it. She just sighed and said, fine, whatever, now it's time for you to check if you have a quirk or not. He go and check and he did not have it all. He was not too sad because he doesn't really care about Hiro that much anyway, and his mom was a bit upset about this, but she was supportive and was not too angry at me for a bit. Later on that night, Zian would sleep and would dream of some voice speaking. When he woke up, he found a screen next to him and he scrolled down and he saw a list of ability that he could do. He saw one called Simple Healing and he decided to do it and found out a wound that he had caught a few days ago was able to heal easily, and he learned that this is not a quirk, this is actual magic. Then he would learn how to increase his mana level by eating nutritional food like apple and going on nature walk or calming his mind down so he can collect mana, and to store them he have a stronger body. So that is when he decided to work out. As he worked out, get trained hard, and every time his body got hurt he would heal back up. So only a couple of weeks he's buff, the buffest kid in school. And the next day when he finally get off his vacation day and went back to school, he would tell his classmate that he doesn't have a quirk, but yet he have this strange ability. As he showed them, and he would heal one of his body wound, and they saw it and they think it's a pretty nice and neat ability. So yeah, his school day would go on normally and he would just relax with other people and train for a couple of times. He would also learn how to use his ability more creatively, like he would be able to make his bone regenerate to the point that it will become a weapon, and he would somehow make his skin a lot more tougher. He would be able to use mana to create like mana blade or energy blast for himself, and in short, yeah, he's pretty strong. He will also find a way to blast out blood or make them harden, so he will have able to blast out strong or hardened blood, and he will be able to heal somebody and even age them backward for 1 year. It will take a bit hard for him, but he will probably train to become strong from this. And later on, when the day that the teacher would give out the career, he would fill out saying that he would decide to become a support class hero, and a few of his buddy would agree on it because they would think that he is a good, and plus he wanted to go to engineering anyway, so it would be good for him. So yeah, 10 months later he would train and get stronger. He will be able to somehow coat himself with this green light energy so he can have better speed, better strength, and would have unlimited stamina at that state. He would be able to use it for 2 minutes max. And then the day arrived and he was able to almost fail the test, but he was able to pass. And for the robot portion, he saw a few kids getting nervous, and he was confident because he knows he's strong. And after looking at the field, and when it's open, he immediately sprint and will found a robot punch it using his energy mana to coat himself, and would land strong punch. And also he would be able to fly because he was able to figure it out. He would blast out his hand by forcing the blood on his hand to stop and fill out a bit, then blast his hand out and destroy a bunch of robots, and he would get a pretty good amount of points. He would also go around saving people, which earned him rescue point. And then he saw the 0-pointer coming out, and on his mind he thought one thing: hell nah, I ain't fighting that robot, as he immediately run away. But then he saw a kid save someone, and as he was about to save them, the kid was able to destroy the robot. Luckily, the kid was only having a few minor injury, and luckily he was able to heal them back up. Recovery girl saw this and think that I would be good as a support class hero or a normal hero. Later on, the next day, the mail come in, he will open it, and he saw that he got into 1A class and got top 5. He showed his mom this, and his mom and his dad would get happy for him, saying that they were proud of him and would not be sure what this magic of me that I can do, but they will support me along the way. So yeah, after a few days, he would get dressed up. His mom would drop him from school, and he would walk to class, and he would make a few conversations with Kirishima and some other kid, and he would be interested in their biology and their unique body. Then for the quirk assessment test, he would get at least average the 50-meter dash. He would use his magic to enhance his body to move faster. Ball throw, enhance again. Grip strength, enhance. Side to side jump, he was able to pass. So yeah, he get at least top 5 or something like that. Luckily, he was not expelled, and no one else was expelled too. Later on lunchtime, he would make a few conversations with a few classmates there. He was not much of a talker anyway, but he would try to make friends, and yeah, he have a small friend group like maybe Deku, Ochako, and probably Ida too. But anyway, the day continued as finally the day for the battle trial, and for his hero costume, it's just the thumbnail. Man, he have that plague doctor mask allowed with that dark tactical suit and a belt with syringe and some other thing, and a katana behind his back, because why not? Anyway, the story would just continue as he would get paired with, let's say, Deku, and his opponent would have to be fighting with Bakugo and Todoroki. He would tell Deku to stay down for a bit as he was about to protect the bomb, and then those two arrive, freezing the building, and would fight with Deku. Deku would hold him off for a bit, and I would start, and Zion would try to heal Deku up, and he would try to fight with Todoroki. His arm would be frozen, but like a badass he would chop it up and regrow it back, and would go fight hand to hand with Todoroki. And then he would show a new technique that he had learned, and he was able to grow his flesh to the point that it covered some people up, making Todoroki stuck to the wall, and Bakugo the same thing, and villain team win. Later on with the story, people will be interested in his ability as he was able to heal and grow like that. They will never saw anything like that, and he would explain, saying that he could probably grow some extra arm or tail, and he would show as he was able to grow an extra eye and was able to grow an extra arm, shocking everyone, and they were all impressed by his ability. The day ended and will continue later on. Then a week later, as they would heard about the USJ event, and he was just riding on the bus, just doom scrolling, relaxing, do whatever the hell he want. And when he arrived to USJ, he would listen to whatever 13 said, and when he head in, the portal would open and villain would pop out, say, I guess we have to kill a few kids to get the big man to come out, and he would get launched at the mountainside, and a few villains would try to fight with him, but nah, he's a badass and would fight with him using his katana to stop their blow, and were able to hold them down a bit. He would use his healing ability to create blood veins to tie all of them up, and then the no move would try to fight a few kids, and luckily Deku was able to hold him off, and Zion would pop out, heal his arm, and would tell him how to use how to use his ability carefully, telling him that he would probably hold back a bit, and he would listen, and somehow he was able to hit it with let's say a 5% smash, and he And Zian would see that the Nomu was a bit strange, and using his ability, he would channel every single mana that he have and was able to heal the Nomu back into a regular person. And he would saw that the mist guy was a bit strange. Then suddenly he would fell down and would get his body severed in half. His blood would spill out, but he was able to regenerate it. And he would cover himself because he can regenerate his body, but he can't regenerate his pen. And after taking care of the rest, he would grab his pen or will grow a new one using his hair. It was disgusting a bit, but luckily cover himself a bit. Then the police arrive and take care of everything. The student would get a few days of rest and train, so he would decide to train with his blade, and he was able to find a way to channel his mana into his sword and were able to create slashes. And finally the day arrived. The first portion was the running portion. He would channel his mana to his feet and would launch himself using flight to help him a bit, and he would earn, let's say, 5th place. And for his team, let's go with Deku, Ochako, and Mei Hasume. Yeah, that's a pretty good team. And he would use his flight to help everyone, so yeah, nobody can touch their banner and they would easily pass the first round. And for the 1v1 portion, his first opponent would probably be Momo. Yeah, Momo, as Momo would create weapon to help her and he would be interested in it. And he would try and was able to use his bone and were able to create like bone structure of his own weapon and were able to handle her a bit, fighting with her, doing some damage, and was able to knock her out violent and were able to win from the fight. The next person that he gonna fight is Kaminari. Yeah, I think that's good, as Kaminari would try to hit him with electricity and would get shocked a bit, and Zian would get interested in this, thinking that in the human brain were able to create bioelectricity. I wonder if I could. Then suddenly lightning come out of his hand and he would be able to somehow use lightning from his brain. It was a bit hard, but after a struggle he was able to knock out pretty easily. And his next mission is now to try to use that bioelectricity that he was able to learn a bit. Then finally the next match for him is Todoroki, and since he doesn't have that limited space anymore, yeah, Zion will get knocked by Todoroki, losing this next round. But after Bakugo fight with Todoroki and win and being angry at the whole thing, he would Zion would get 3rd place, and he was happy with that because at least he get a medal and was able to stand on the podium. And for his internship, I would see him picking to be with Recovery Girl, as he would go with Recovery Girl, and for his hero name he would pick the Plague Doctor. Yeah, that's a hard name, and people will agree with it, saying, I guess that makes sense because you wear a Plague Doctor mask and you're a literal doctor. So yeah, he will go to Recovery Girl agency, learning how to run an agency and learning how to heal other people without using his ability, because he doesn't want to waste too much mana. He just want to save other people. And after he got the news of his classmate getting hurt, he was able to go to the hospital and heal them back up pretty easily. And then the day continued, as finally the day arrived for him to fight with one of the teacher. And since he used his ability way too much, I would see him teaming up with Todoroki to fight with Aizawa. And trust me, it was a struggle a bit, but after talking with him and planning a good amount of plan, as Aizawa will come out trying to look at them, luckily he was able to create a clone, because after learning a bit he was able to regenerate to the point that he would able to create another self of him. So yeah, now Aizawa is getting jumped by a bunch of Zian, and it was a bit of a struggle for him, but luckily he was able to run and would get to the finish line, making sure both of them pass. And for the rest of the people, same thing. For the training camp, I would see him probably trying to practice using his weapon and along with his healing ability, trying to heal himself so that he could fight longer, and if he got a punch or get hurt or get even a small wound, he would instantly regenerate automatically by himself. And on the last day, he was just chilling, doing his stuff, playing on his phone or doing some push-up until he saw a fire would happening, and he would go and try to save one of his classmates, and he would run into Darby, and Darby would burn the hell out of his arm, and luckily it was able to regenerate pretty fast. He would go hand to hand with Darby using his new bioelectricity quirk and was able to hold him down a bit, stopping him. He would go along saving other classmates, and luckily it was not too much damage because of what he did and the fact that he helped save other people, healing them. So the media would not have too much on UA, but he would be just chilling around in his room until his classmates say, "Look man, we need your help saving Bakugo." And Zeon would look at this and say, "So you want me to spend my time on resting, to go into an illegal event, to save somebody who tried to hurt our class? Okay, let's do it. I'm in." As he would go and he would use his new ability to show them, as he would show that he would able to change someone's DNA. He would show this as he would change his hair color from black to white, and using this he would change some of his classmate face and body so they would blend in with the crowd. And after seeing that people were getting turned into normal, of course they would get ambushed by All For One's attack and would be able to save Bakugo after he was able to fly him out from there. And the All For One and All Might fight still happen. All Might will get injured, and after that he would go and ask All Might if he would like him to heal his body, because I could probably do that. And after thinking about it, the All Might decided to let me do it. And after a few hours later, All Might come out from the recovery room fresh as ever because I have healed him back up, and Best Genius is alive. Well, he was already alive, but anyway, yeah, everybody is safe thanks to me. So yeah, I will get a few influence and popularity from all of this. And later on, a few pro hero actually trained with Zeon because they saw him as a potential hero that could save humanity from that demon. And after training with some of the high-ranking pro hero, he would get even more stronger and would unlock a new ability, Plant Healing. Any and all that plant that he saw, he could heal them back up to fix them up, and could able to probably heal up entire forest and polluted water. The day just continue as he would just train and will get that dorm room. And yeah, he will be happy for that because he is able to live on his own. And on that first day, he would show his chef skill as he would impress them with his cooking along with Bakugo, as both of us would impress everyone with our cooking and will be having a pretty good relationship with each other. Of course, Bakugo would be himself yelling at me for doing stuff wrong, but hey, at least we're a good friend. The day continue. As for the hero license, yeah, he was able to pass, and he would go around saving his classmates and creating a bone shield to protect them. And for the rescue part, he would go around as the MVP, healing everyone, saving everyone, of course, and he would get his license pretty easily. Now the day continue as he would meet with the big three and would try to fight Mirio, but of course he did not do much because Mirio is just that guy. But the day continue as he decided to join an agency, a forest saving one. As he would go to that agency, they would tell him that his mission is to go and save the forest, and of course he would go and actually fix up the forest using his magic to channel some energy into the forest, fixing the bad tree. And actually he was able to help some extinct animal coming back to life. So yeah, he will get a few popularity from it. And of course he will join the Overhaul Invasion arc with saving other people. And in this timeline, Sir Nine-Nine is going to be alive because he will go and save Sir Nine-Nine from being dead. And yeah, he will also go and try to fight with Overhaul, but of course he leave it to Deku, and after Deku pummel him to the ground, he will go around and save other. The day would just continue as he would go and introduce himself to Eri, actually helping her with her ability, trying to use his magic to fix her trauma, but of course not. He wasn't able to do that. But he would help her, telling her it's okay, and would help her train if she accidentally turned someone into a monkey. He would try to heal them back, and yeah, he was able to somehow did it, but it took a lot of energy from him. But the day continued. As for the school festival, it will happen the same, and he would use his magic to fly around, cheering everyone up, and he would get rewarded as one of the greatest students in UA. The day would just continue. As for the hospital invasion part, he was somehow able to heal the mist guy, bringing Aizawa's best friend back to life, and he would join the hero invasion part as he would go and rescue other people, saving them, telling them to get out from the building and healing them up, and he would get a few number from girl. Of course, Zion got the dog in him, but he doesn't care that much about girls anyway because he is on a mission. He had to focus on his work. Then suddenly, it was the rumbling. Nah, just joking. But anyway, yeah, he would feel the rumble on his ground and would immediately fall. And finally, Shigaraki would wake up. And Zion, after seeing everything, would try to help. He would do a few blows on him, but nah, it did not work because Zion was not that strong. He would try to fight, healing himself and trying to fight with Shigaraki. He would be a good counter to him, since if he used that automatic healing ability of his, he would be able to heal himself over time, saving himself. But after trying too hard, he would fall because he doesn't know what to do next, that he is just way too powerful. Then suddenly, in the dark realm, he would hear somebody saying his name. Then suddenly, a massive amount of magical energy would come out of his body, and a figure would pop out. As the figure mask would be demonic, he would have a red, green, and yellow aura coming out from his body because he would finally did it, training his body to the point of limitless, getting fame, and using his magic now, and the courage of not giving up, and now standing on top of everyone is Zion's final form. As now, he will be a lot more stronger and he will have endless mana. He showed this as his blade was able to cut off Shigaraki's hand, and Shigaraki would try to regenerate, but no, the blade would make sure that no regeneration would work. Not even magic, only him alone can heal, and he would go pummel down with Shigaraki. When Gigantomachia arrived, he just looked at him once and would use his blade to have one singular swing on the giant beast, and it will fall because he is now on that top board leader, and he would go pummel down with Shigaraki, hurting him. When all for one arrived, Zion would look back and would say, "Pitiful," and he would charge up a large amount of mana ability, creating a new technique where he would cup his hand and would channel a bunch of mana energy, spinning it, and would create a new technique, a technique that would spin endlessly and would blast out, hitting its target. Barrier, magic, time would not be infected by this, and he would name it the Omega, and he would blast the Omega at both Shigaraki and All for One, immediately destroying every single cell of their body, killing both of them. And after a while, Zion would fall on the ground, but with the last amount of energy, he would scream, and his energy would connect to every single dead people, and he would revive every single body in the playing field. He would fall, laying unconscious. The next day, he would wake up with his friend around him, thanking him for what he did, and everyone would saw him as one of the greatest heroes. He would go graduate school, becoming an engineer, a doctor, and would become the #1 hero. Finally, 1,000 years have passed as civilization have been upgraded. people have gone more stronger new quirk ability. And Xian, thanks to his regenerated ability and healing factor, he will become immortal. As long as he have unlimited mana, he will be living forever, and he have been getting stronger, getting number one. Nobody was able to outmatch him. And even though he was able to get fame, rich, he had one thing: loneliness, because he had been immortal for a long time. He wishes to die, but he doesn't know how. One day, as he was drinking at the bartender with his friend after his birthday, for being 1,100 years old, he would go and have another drink, and then a screen pop up on his face saying if he wanted more power, get stronger, and go on adventure. With a sigh and thinking about everything, the fact that his friend, all of them, have died, have gone to the afterlife without him, and him have been spending thousands of years alone, and he doesn't want to see anything more. He decided to go on the adventure, as immediately a portal would open behind him and he would get sucked out. And this is the end of the video. And yes, if you were wondering, this is like a multiverse travel journey where he will go to different multiverse. So comment down below what type of universe do you want him to go next. And don't forget to give me a like, share, subscribe to the video. Sorry for not posting for a long time, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you all next time.